Hello everyone, this is Jimmy and welcome to episode 4 of Rustic Waters. Today we're going to continue down our tech progression, I think, trying to work on improving our wetsuit and stuff. But first I still have to continue to manually empty out our strainers. At some point I'll automate this process, but since I also have to manually replace the mesh every now and then, I figured whenever I replace the mesh I just empty them out. They're also taking up a lot of chests, but chests are easy to make. So anyways, once I'm done with this, I'll put new meshes in and then we can see how we can continue to upgrade our diving suit. I'm continuing to use 2 of each of these meshes, 2 survivalist strainers and 2 dense strainers. Alright, cool. The last episode we made, our basic diving suit. It makes us swim pretty fast. And it gives us a fair amount of oxygen. However, these items all have upgrades. So first of all, you can put liners in them that make them like warmer and stuff, and we'll definitely do that. But first I want to pursue these upgrades because it makes them better. So right now we have like fins, we can turn them into reinforced fins. Alright, so how do we do that? We need to make ashen fabric, which is by burning recycled plastic, or can be made with this, but this requires slag. So can recycle, no, there's no recipe for that. Darn. So I guess none of these are great options. We don't have, Ember's alchemy yet. Don't know how to make recycled plastic. We do have a bunch of plastic waste, don't we? From this, I wonder, can this be used for anything? Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we can recycle that plastic waste. So our options to get this are either to get it from merchants or to make it in the tailor's workshop, and probably from this recipe here. So we need, this is easy, rubber sheets. Oh, we've already made those, and slag. All right, so this is obviously not happening. I suspect our best bet to make slag then is to start working towards the blast furnace. Coincidentally, that also makes us steel, which is also very useful. Let me find the quests related to those. Alright, here we are. It's in the Auto Sluice and Void Mining quest, or tab apparently. We start by making coke bricks because you need to make coal coke to make steel. So this takes carbonite, dry reef, and bricks. Alright, dry reef is just dry reefs, that makes sense. Carbonite, we have to make this blend, so it's clay and sand in a chemist workshop. That's easy. And bricks is just clay. All right, let's. I have to make a trip to the ocean ground to grab a bit more coral reef, but besides that, I think we have everything else. Swimming now is much easier now that I have, gathering this stuff is much easier now that I have a little bit of air. I don't have to, worry about running out of air in 20 seconds. And once I get down here, I can grab, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 reefs and head back. Mixing clay and sand gets us the blend, which we then have to smelt. I know we'll need a fair bit of this, so I figure I may as well make a couple stacks of it. Although it looks like I've run out of clay. We can also break up clay blocks pretty easily here in the trader's workshop. And look at that, I completed another quest while I was at it. Then you just gotta cook it into ingots. And I believe we have everything it takes to make coke bricks. Takes a fair bit of purified water. There's a bug apparently in the pack where you can smelt an empty gold bucket and it gives you a full purified water bucket. I am a horrible person that abuses that bug because I am lazy, and running over here to pick up 4 buckets of water isn't really, a good use of my time. We need a total of 28 of these bricks, so that's or wait, we need 27. Gosh darn it. Well, I dislike when this recipe makes 2 instead of 3 because you're left with an extra. Anyways, once our carbonite is done cooking, we should have enough. But we'll have 27 instead of, or we'll have 28 instead of 27, and my OCD is upset. Oh well. There we go, the last 2 coke bricks. Let's see if the quest rewards us with a hammer at some point that we need to form the multi-block. No, it doesn't. Alright, so I need to also make the hammer, which I hope isn't that difficult. Cool. Now it's just a matter of finding a place to put it. I guess this room, because it has the most space, and this wall, once again, because it has the most space. I'll tuck it here, I think. And then we'll put the the blast furnace here. I think I'm allowed to get rid of the leaves on this tree, and it won't affect the function of the arboreal extractor, I hope. Anyways, you make a solid 3x3 block of these coke bricks, and then you hit the front face with the engineer's hammer. Cool. And then we can turn coal into coal coke or wood into charcoal, but since we have plenty of coal, we'll do that. And I think it's well, I guess it's just easier to do blocks instead of single items. It might also be slightly more time efficient, but not by enough that it matters. Alright, cool. So this will start coal coke production. Next up then is steel. So this takes 27 blast bricks, which is a very similar looking recipe. We just have to cook up more of that carbonite and get some more magma shards. I might be out of magma shards, but that's just another easy trip to the seafloor. I have 15 left. That's just enough. Alright, here we go. 28 blast bricks. Let's set this up right next to our coke oven. And what was that request reward? Nothing useful. Oopsies. So this basic blast... Oh, I should actually... whatever. This basic blast furnace can't be automated. We have to manually move items in and out of it. There is a upgraded blast furnace that does accept item automation, but it's a little bit bigger. So I was thinking maybe I should have planned for room for that one. But in any event, looks like we haven't even finished our first block of coal yet. Alright, so this can turn iron into steel, and it uses charcoal or coal coke in the process. So let's grab some iron. We'll just do ingots for now, I guess. And for fuel, I'll give it charcoal blocks. Again, it can't be... I guess if I'm doing blocks, maybe it's with blocks for both. Alright. JI unfortunately doesn't say how long it takes in the blast furnace here. I thought it did, but maybe it's for a different blast furnace that it does. In any event, it'll either use charcoal to iron at a 2-to-1 or a 4-to-1 ratio, and I'm not 100% sure. But as you can see, it takes the better part of forever. So we just have to start it now, and then we'll come back for it in, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes, and it'll be done with all this iron. Maybe not quite that long, but it definitely takes a long time. Now, one thing I want to improve on this coke oven is that it has this fluid output. If the fluid ever gets full, it actually turns the machine off. So we need some type of tank to store the fluid in. Can we make these? If we can get a little bit of quartz, we can. Let me see if there's a way I can cheese out a little bit of quartz. I have a bunch of quartz blocks, but I don't know if I can turn blocks into, right, like, can I make a sag mill? Doubt it. Yeah, no way. But yeah, I don't know if I can turn blocks into quartz very easily. While we wait for our coal coke and steel to form, let's see about making the linings for our swimsuit that'll let us be, be warm in the water. So we first have to make some of this heating goo wool. Sure. First things first, I'm gonna need a bit more magma, so let's head over to our friendly meteor and grab some more. The slime balls come from these creepvine seed clusters, which I should have shown me gathering them, but you see those like vines there, the glowy bits. Just right click them to get the seed cluster, and then we can combine that. Is that not the recipe? It's in a workshop, isn't it? Which workshop? Chemist workshop. Of course it's in a workshop. Alright, sure, I'll make all of them. And put the goo and the wool together to get liner material, breaking your tools in the process. New needle. Alright, there we go. May as well do the... Oh, I don't have any wool left. The wool comes from strainers, by the way. Cool, so that's $5. And then I guess we just make a piece for each slot by the looks of it. And then I can just craft the liner together with the normal piece, and it gives the buff that you see, warm lining. So we'll apply these to all of our pieces. And I think the liners can be removed as well for when you want to, upgrade your gear. Cool. Let's see. Do I want to bother with claiming these rewards, or will they just clutter my inventory? Yeah, I'll leave them there. Next is a gear swapper. Looks like cool. It looks like it's just like an automated or a fancy, like advanced armor stand made from multiple armor stands. All right, one gear swapper coming right up. I'll put this right by our diving entrance. Not quite sure how this works, but I'm not gonna worry about it for now. Most likely to get that quest out of the way. Gives us fire extinguisher, sure. And this looks like the next tier of liner. This will end. Oh no, this is cooling gel. So this is probably for going into the nether. I'll deal with that when we go to the nether then. Let's check on our steel production. So we've made a block of coal coke. I started to empty our creosote into this open blocks tank just because it's easy to make. But I think this tank like loses its inventory when you break it and stuff, so it's not very good. Anyways, we have 8 blocks of steel and some slag. Unfortunately, the machine does jam up if the slag fills up, so you have to, manually dump all the slag in there. And let's turn up this back into ingots just to complete the quests. Wherever they are. Oh, these are test your might quests. I see. We get to trade coal coke or steel for $100. It's not a bad deal. But what I really want to do with this is I want to see about making the submarine. So the most basic vessel we'll make is called the Seamoth. I suppose it's modeled after the Seamoth in Subnautica. And for some reason, we start by making hang gliders. Plates are easy. How do I make solder? I need a magma crucible for that? Oh dear. Wait, I need a solder to make magma crucible. Alright, there we go. You can buy a bucket of solder for $5. It's a repeatable quest, so technically we don't need the magma crucible, but I'm going to make one anyways. So this solder will allow us to make the magma crucible, which will allow us to make more solder. Of course, then it occurs to me that even if we can make the magma crucible, it uses energy. Even if it's only a little bit, I don't know how to make power yet. So maybe I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let me relook at the quest lines and see if there's like a better order I should be doing things in. I figured it out. For now, we're supposed to make solder by directly crafting a melted solder bucket. So with 6 wires, we can make a bucket of it. Later, once we get a magma crucible, we can do it with 4 wires, so it becomes more efficient. Anyways, this is just made by pulverized tin and lead. Which I hope there's a... Ooh, what? How do you spawn here? Hey, get out. 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 Get out of here. I guess I have a dark spot somewhere. Oh, it's probably on top of my furnaces. Alright, let me fix that real quick. Look at that. 2 sneaky little places for mobs to spawn. No more. Oh boy, there's like a war going on outside my base. That shark's eating that orca. Don't orcas eat sharks? Anyways, now we can make our hang glider. Oh, it makes 2. Whoops, now I have twice as many as I need. I think these still function, but we need steel and invar plates. Alright. So invar, how do I make the ingot? I guess I can smelt the dust. Can I also... Let me try making the alloy kiln. Yeah, this looks a bit easier. I think I used up all my reefs, so I'm going to need to make another dried reef run. But actually, maybe I have enough? No, 8. That's not going to do it. Alright, so I'm going to need to make another reef run, but then we can make the alloy kiln, which can let us alloy, ingots, which is nice. The kiln's a smaller multi-block. It's only 2x2. Put it here for now. I know I'm blocking the hub expansion thingy, but we'll move it later. So it's furnace fuel powered. Let me grab some charcoal for it, and you just give it ingots to alloy. So if we want invar, let's see, we need nickel and iron. I'm smelting up some iron, and I'll smelt up some nickel in a second. So it's not the fastest machine in the world either, but not 32. But it saves you the trouble of having to grind down the ingots into dust before you, mix them together. So I still prefer the kiln over grinding. Anyways, we need 16 invar plates. And our dear chef rat can continue to turn ingots into plates. Next up, we have to make a machine controller. I don't even know what these plates are for. I assume we'll use them down the line, but a machine controller, I guess, is like the, the core of our Seamoth. It takes, do I have spare wiring kits? But those are easy enough to make now. I've made a few already. Let me pin this recipe. However, it takes a bunch of this modularium. So I think for now we can only make it by throwing Constantine into destabilized redstone. And this is made by throwing redstone into purified water. Alright. So how do I make Constantine? I assume it can be made in a kiln of nickel to copper. Good deal. Let's see about this. Purified water, throw redstone into it, throw Constantine into it. Cool, and we get ingots. Give me those ingots. Let me make a magnet real quick. So the cheapest magnet is just a cheap magnet. It's you can't turn it on, you can't turn it off, and it's just always on, and it pulls creepers towards you. So or you can turn it on and off. Neat. But it still pulls creepers towards you, so it's not an ideal magnet, but for now it'll suffice. Cool. So I don't know how much of this stuff I need, but I may as well just turn all the Constantine I have into modularium. Oops, out of water. In total, that made 63 modularium, which is plenty. I'm sure we'll find uses for it going forward. It's, the core block in modular machines. So we'll be seeing a lot of it. I always start each episode with a relatively clean inventory, and now it's like there's everything in it. Why do I still have hot dogs in my inventory? One wonders. Anyways, there's our machine controller. Leave these items in here, but that rewards some nickel plates, sure. Thrusters. I guess this is, obviously these are used to make jetpacks, I presume, but they're also, a crafting component of the Seamoth. Alright, so I need 2 of them. 2 thrusters, 1 and 2. And then what else is needed to put together the Seamoth? I think it's just a single item. Nice. It looks like, wow, there's a bit more. Where does the quest send me? Oh, the quest just asked me to make it. Alright, well, looks like we're going to need LV capacitors, some of these things. More crafting. Man, making solder really sucks because you have to crank down all these ingots into dusts. In fact, it's so bad I would just buy it because $5 for a bucket is a great deal. However, quests don't reset until you log out and log back in, and that's also a pain. I guess it's less pain than standing here hitting this crank for like 10 minutes. Maybe not 10 minutes, maybe like 2 minutes. In any event, my point is manual work sucks. After much microcrafting, our Seamoth is ready to craft. However, that's not the end of it. We still have to make the power cell for it, I believe. And I suspect that's even the next quest. I can remember what tab it was on. Yeah, so good news is the power cells craft full, so we can't generate energy yet, but these are basically single-use batteries at this point. So with batteries in hand, we can now go charge our Seamoth. In fact, let's try it out. So I think I can just right-click to place it. When you get in it, you have a UI that looks just like the Subnautica UI. When you get out of it, it throws you up into the block here. So how do I charge it? It has no energy right now. Is there like a hotkey? Figured it out. You shift right-click it to get the battery UI. So you put a power cell in there and right click and we're off to the races. So this serves as it's both faster than we are while we swim around, and it serves as a portable air source because you have air wire in it. How do I dive? Shift is not dive. Is it C? Yeah, okay. So it's like C and I'll have to figure out the controls exactly. But it can move in all directions and is great for exploring. God, I'm so used to shift being dive and not leave. Anyways, I'm going to leave it docked for now because there's a few more things I want to do before we go exploring. And that is, I want to upgrade our armor suit. So right now we just have the basic stuff. However, since we've made steel, Rather, since we made slag from making steel, we can make this ashen fabric, which can be used to upgrade our armor to the next tier. I recall an earlier quest said before you upgrade your gear, you should remove the liner from it, because if you upgrade the gear with the liner in, you don't keep the liner. At least, I'm pretty sure that's what the quest said, but I'm too lazy to look it up again. So I'm just going to remove the liners. The quest gave us these snips, so I'm pretty sure that's what it was for. Anyways, once we do that, we may have to also repair this. I'm not 100% sure if it can be upgraded while it's not 100% repaired, but it has to be done in the tailor's workshop. And oh, cool! It looks like it repairs when it upgrades. So that's the leggings. You see how the previous one was 30% and I think like 4 armor or 3 armor. Let's see. This is. Can we upgrade this one the same way? Yeah, we can. So it's 3 armor. It's 1 more armor, and I presume it's more oxygen as well, although I'm not 100% sure about that. Again, these fins are 16% swim speed. When upgraded, they're 22% swim speed, and the tank is what has the oxygen in it, right? And this needs a few more components. 1 second. Using the leftover fluid extractors from trading with the merchants yesterday, we can. Oops, wrong table. I have 2 different blacksmith tables, one for solder, one for purified water. That's why I have 2. Anyways, we can make another pressurized air tank, which then we can use to upgrade in the other crafting table our oxygen tank. Cool. So 240 seconds of oxygen instead of 120 seconds. I like it. Now that we have all these pieces, we can put our thermal liners back on them. In fact, let me see. Maybe we have access to tier 2 thermal liners too. That would be in this quest. No, never mind. There is no next tier thermal liner. That's cooling liner. What does it take to make these? Apparently you have to buy them. Found in dungeons and loot chests. Alright, well then when we get them, we can use them to once again upgrade our gear. But yeah, but we have to find those. We can't craft them. Alright, so let me put the thermal liners back on our gear and then we can go into the water. This is probably as prepared as I'll ever be, so let's go diving. The first thing I want to do is check out some of these wrecks here. I wonder, does a Seamoth have lights? Let me check the controls. Doesn't look like it, so I guess we're just exploring, doing what we can without it. I'm going to check out some of these wrecks, like those, whatever those things are, and I'll just hop to anything interesting that happens. Well, right off the bat, we've got a monster spawner, so let's start by breaking that and killing whatever is spawned inside. I have a sword and armor, I can go fight them. Yeah, you come at me, baby zombie. You got nothing. Thanks for your head. Loot. That looks like a chest to me. Well, it's locked, but we'll take it with us and, we'll open it once we get back to our base. And another chest. Barely see it, but another chest. It seems like these shipwrecks have they have exactly 1 spawner and 1 chest each. So they're, kind of interesting in that regard. What I'm really looking for, though, more than these shipwrecks, which are plentiful, by the way, is a nether portal. So you can't make your own nether portal in this pack. You have to find one that's generated in the world. And once we have the nether portal, we get, obviously we get access to the nether. But until we find one, we can't go there. So I'm trying to find one, but I don't know how common or rare they are. Let's see what chests we get in here. There's also a 20% chance per spawner. Did we get one? No, we didn't. To get a broken spawner. And broken spawners are nice because I'm sure we'll use them later to make actual powered spawners. But so far I haven't gotten a broken spawner. Found a map in this ship, but it doesn't seem to lead anywhere. Maybe it's just too dark for me to see it, but I don't think it's one of the vanilla style treasure maps. Oh well. I'm curious what these things are. There's one that's even closer to my base too. Is this just the nether portal entrance? Maybe? Ember heat lamp. This looks fancy. Can I go up? Oh, it has treasure chests in it. I see. Well, don't mind if I do. Can I keep going up? Sounds like there's mobs up there. Ah, okay, so these are the nether portal structures. And that's a creeper. That's a creeper. That's, oh my gosh, I'm so gonna die. Goodbye, world. I'm out of here. All right, but good to know that these structures are the nether portal structures. So the one closer to my base, I'll clear that one out later, and use it as my, way to the nether. All right, is that the same? There's not the same village I see from my base, right? It's another village. Nice. Wow, there's a lot of 82 meteors. There's like 3 of them right next to each other. That would be good for when I need to find presses. Anyways, let's open these treasure chests we got. Can I do it? I can't do it while in my Seamoth. Seeds, food, and sure. I'll leave them in the chest for now, just so that my inventory doesn't get quite so cluttered. Those weren't so good. Alright, well, let's keep hunting for treasure. Let's see what treasure I can get in this village. I remember the last village had some. Can I turn this back into iron by chance? I can, but not for a long time. Then I won't bother picking it up. Right, they had some treasure chests in some of the rooms or something. Take the sea lanterns. Oh, you need silk touch for this, don't you? Oh well. I'll take the prismarine crystals then. Aha! Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Treasure. There's a lot of mobs here. Mobs, fight the NPCs. Leave me alone. Treasure. Sea lantern will do. Treasure. Treasure. Alright, let's look at these treasure chests. Oh cool, rats can do auto crafting. It's good to know. And I don't even know what chest it is anymore. Lockpick, alright. Ah, and this chest contained a gem of Ratlantis. I do need one more of these so I can upgrade my, super rat to be even more super. And this seems like a pretty good rat upgrade. Is it craftable? It is, but it has... Well, it's not the worst crafting upgrade. Whoa, what's this? This looks like a dungeon of some sort. Let's go check it out. What are these blocks made of? Diorite? Dark prismarine. What's in it? Let's just break our way in. Maybe there's a proper entrance. It looks like a maze of some sort from the outside. Really dark inside. Did I bring torches? I didn't. Alright, you know what? I'll mark this to check later, but this looks like a nice dungeon we can clear at some point. But it's definitely something I'm going to need torches for. Alright, now where the heck is my Seamoth? I hit up a few more sea wrecks, and you can see all those things are the various places I've been. But now my inventory's full. So let's head back to our base, which is one of these markers here. That one. Alright, but the Seamoth swims pretty quickly, so it's pretty easy to get back and forth. I like it. Once we get back, let's also go ahead and open as many of the chests that we got as possible and see what good loot we have. So first of all, as far as chests go, we have 1, 2, 3. Now, not all these will be openable. All the ones that have epic quality locks probably have a hard time opening. But yeah, actually most of them have epic quality locks. But the ones with rare quality and lower, I suspect we can get to them. Alright, so we have all of those. Let me empty out my inventory and then we can open all these treasure chests and store their contents too. Here's all our treasure chest loot. I'm just gonna stash it for now. Happy to have the gem. I'm sure some of this other stuff we can... Oh look, we got another Ratinator upgrade too. You can get 2 super battle rats. Alright, and a shovel. Anyways, let me see about making some of these keys or lockpicks to open these. I guess we'll start with lockpicking the ones we can. We have lots of lockpicks. So picks only work up to scarce. And we have a gold key too, because I recall seeing a gold key on one of these. So I suspect if I put the gold key in the gold lock, it opens. What a concept. And we can open this now. Wow, there's a lot of loot inside. Yeah, good. I mean, a diamond sword. That's welcome. Iron. The rest of it looks pretty junky. Cool. Anyways, move on to the next lock. Next up, the skull chest is scarce quality, so I think we can try to pick it. What is that? It's a spider lock. Alright. Cool. More diamonds, emeralds, an ender pearl, and an iron key. I'll take it. What I've been doing is the locks that I open, I'm storing in this chest. I don't know if there's any meaningful use for open locks and chests, but if there is, we'll have them for later. Now that I understand how these keys work, make another ruby key and we can use it to open that lock and that lock. And I think those are all the locks on those two chests. So let's see what's in them. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. Jeez. Sapphire keys. I'm super glad to have those. Those open more locks. Most of the other stuff is less exciting. Enchanted sword. Double soulbound. It's really soulbound. You don't even lose items when you die in this pack. That's like the most soulbound it'll ever be. Alright, anyways, so that one's open. And I think this one is open. No, there's more locks on it. Alright. Well, now that we have sapphire keys too, though, we can start popping off these. Failed to unlock. Is that a different lock? Let's try this. That definitely worked, huh? Maybe there's a chance to fail? Alright, well, we got all 3 locks off this. Oh, there's another one. Geez, these things are super locked. Alright, so ruby key to the front. Aha, and now we're in. Blocks of diamonds. Wow, there's some really good stuff in here. I'm pretty happy that we looted all this. You know, these chests also make for halfway decent, just like storage chests, right? They're 1 block in size, but are they a full double chest? I don't think so. They're a bit less than a double chest, but they still have a lot of slots for being, you know, single block. Anyways, it seems like once you start opening chests, though, you can keep opening them because once you open a few of them, you get keys to open the rest with. So, like, what's left on this one? There's sapphire. And we're in. Ooh, and well, I guess the elytra's less valuable when you're underwater. Alright, anyways, I'm just going to go through all of these chests. I've been putting the loot in here, except now that's full, so I need another chest. And at the end, we can see, you know, put it all together and see what we've gathered up. I opened all the chests, including the 2 that we had sitting, you know, from earlier. Here's all the open chests and their locks. We ended up with more keys than we started with, which is nice. And 3 chests worth of loot. So some nice things in here too, like blaze rods, elytras, although again, maybe not so much in this pack. Diamond gear, plain old diamonds, potions of all sorts. I know I needed this blaze rod specifically for something earlier today. I forgot what it was, but it means I don't have to go to the nether for it anymore. And in fact, we even got another star, and I think we got a beacon in here somewhere. Or maybe just another star. We can make a beacon out of it. But yeah, seems there's great value in exploring the ocean floor for all this treasure. In fact, let's see. Let me pick out a sword for me to use and a pickaxe. So that'll be my pickaxe. And we'll take the knockback fire aspect. Fire aspect doesn't seem that useful when you're underwater, you know? I guess I'll take XP boost then. But yeah, we have lots of new cool stuff, and we can explore what we can do with all of this next episode. So yeah, let's wrap up here. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.